Massachusetts Democratic Congressman Mike Capuano, that doesn't sound like calm talk to me. That sounds like scary talk.
Well, facts are sometimes scary. I mean, what the president just said is facts. It won't happen overnight.
Let's say all this hellish stuff was coming, right, a week ago. Why would he go golfing? Why would you guys be off this week? Why wouldn't it be all canceled? I
agree with you. We voted to stay in. I think we should have been there. But at the same time, being there and doing something are two different things. I mean, I think we should be doing something.
No, I understand.
We're trying to compromise, and yet I'm hearing from the other side that they won't even talk about it.
And you're a pretty pragmatic guy about this sort of stuff. But for the president to go away last week, and knowing that all these problems were on the way and that we were going to see all these cuts and beef inspectors cut and all the other hellacious things that were to happen, man, I wouldn't leave the White House. I would be going like 24/7, avoiding it like the plague.
But I don't think I understand what you're saying, but that's really, I mean, with today's modern technology, the telephone, the BlackBerry, that's
from
secondary.
A golf course.
What's really important,
you don't have to scare people, right, Congressman?
It doesn't matter where you are.
Is this?
Well,
do you really
I think you need to tell people the truth.
But riddle me this,
Should we say
Batman.
nothing
and
not tell them what the cuts are going to be?
If you're running the Department of Agriculture, and you know under your purview are beef inspectors all the way down to picket fences on federal property, wouldn't you sooner be looking at cutting the picket fences than you would beef inspectors so that people aren't at risk of eating poison beef?
I truly hope that they will do all of those things first. These cuts are deeper
than that. But they're
not.
The one they mentioned first is the threat of our maybe having horse meat. And you know that's outlandish.
Well, I don't think the president said that.
He said that beef inspectors might be cut.
The president might say.
What does that lead Americans to believe who heard about horse meat in Europe?
Well,
right?
that presumes that the meat producers are going to feed us horse meat if there's no inspectors there to be had, which, of course, I use in favor of having inspectors.
It's a scare tactic, though. You know it's a scare tactic. And you would have resented it from George Bush when he talked about more funding for Iraqi troops. There is a level at which you just got to calm down, bring it down, dial it back, and since both sides agreed to the sequestration cuts, not to just dial it back.
It's really not the point. The point is what's going to happen when these cuts come. And people need to know that. I understand that no one wants to hear bad news. I get that. But at the same time, when the cuts come, say it this week or say it next week or say it after they happen. Either way, they're going to happen.
But let's say they do happen. I don't think nearly to the degree of horror that the way that the president outlined them. Then what does that say about the state of willingness on the part of both parties to address cutting spending if $85 billion, half of which, by the way, is postponed at outer years, is greeted as everything short of Armageddon? Well, that doesn't give me much confidence you and your colleagues, right and left, are going to get anything done.
I think you're right to have little confidence. I don't have much confidence. Right now, the approach towards compromise does not exist in Washington.
Yeah.
You just heard the person on before me, absolutely no discussion of anything other than what they want. They want to use this to cripple the government. I get that.
Well, you're the same way about revenues better be included or don't talk to me, right?
I think compromise is compromise. I have already voted.
Wait a minute. Your idea of compromise, though, Congress, you better damn well have revenues, and that's being flexible. The other guy insisting that revenues not be on the table is inflexible.
Well, how is it not flexible to say I will do some things I don't like? How is that being inflexible? But at the same time, it means he has to do something he doesn't like. And if he says all I want is cuts, well, okay, I respect that.
But he's intransigent about tax hikes.
How am I being intransigent when I say I will do something I don't like?
What will you do that
you don't like?
How am I being intransigent? What will you do that you don't like?
We have already cut $2.4 trillion, and I will talk about additional cuts if they're put on the table in a thoughtful manner. I did not vote for the sequester because I think we have a responsibility to actually make thoughtful cuts. And across-the-board cuts are not that.
All right, Congressman, always good seeing you. Thank you very much.
Always nice, Neil.
All right.